Hey everybody, Josh and Tara here today to look at some wet soles. There you're in your weird way again. Hello. All right, we're doing some wet soles today, guys. Just chit-chatting back and forth and seeing, what sold over the last couple of days. Thought it was actually going to be kind of slow. Started out kind of slow.
Yeah, we said it was going to be slow.
And ended up picking up through the last couple days. So so let's jump right in. So what did we sell today?
The first thing we sold was a vintage 1996 Barbie Angel Princess. It is new in the box, clearly.
That's what that looks like right there. A little Barbie.
And we sold it for $23.99, and that came in our free Barbie lot, so we have nothing out on it. So
yeah,
that's our little
this is just
Barbie
a gift
fairy.
that keeps on giving. I'm telling you, the Barbie.
Yes. The Barbie lot.
Barbie lot
It's
is
amazing.
great. That was a great situation. What else we got?
The next thing is, this was ours. I'm going to be very careful so I don't break it. This was ours. This is actually a present I bought Josh right before COVID hit. The Christmas before COVID hit.
It was either right before or right after.
It was 21. It was year 21. And I bought him all the Chemex and all the stuff that goes with it.
And had all the plans to use it to do the pour over coffee and just enjoy my coffee a little bit more. Then we got COVID. We got the whole weird taste and smell thing, and everything that we tasted and smelled was just awful. And coffee was one of the worst, so I never got to use it. And so it's just been literally sitting in the cabinet. So we decided to do a little house cleaning, and we came across it and was like, hey, you know what? We've never used it, and it's got all this accessories. And
this is a lid, and then this, and then
put it
the
up,
filters.
and it's sold, within a couple of weeks, I think, for, I don't know, I think we took an offer on it.
We took an offer for $50. We had it listed for, I don't know what we had it listed for.
I think it was $70-something, but took an offer for $50, and hey, they got a great deal and a brand new, they don't even know it's brand new, never used. So, because we don't have the box anymore.
Right. Okay. The next thing that we have is another Bible going out. It's Choose for Today.
So it's not a Bible, it's a commentary.
Okay, commentary.
But it's based on, I guess, the books on the Bibles. I haven't read it, but I picked up 4 of these type books at Goodwill for, I think, $1 or $2 a piece. And every one of them sold for $20 to $25. So these have been great sellers for us. So don't snooze on the Bibles or books about the Bible.
Yeah, so, I've seen some really great comps on Bibles. So yeah, don't sleep on.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of good things about selling Bibles on eBay.
Okay. So do you want to tell them how we didn't source this weekend?
Yeah. So this weekend. We ended up not sourcing. We had all plans to, I think, at first, and then we were like,
well, no, I did go sourcing a little bit on Friday by myself.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So,
I did source.
So if in case nobody knows, Tara just recently became a full-time reseller over the last couple of months. So she had a full-time job, and it ended, basically. We'll get into it maybe in another video, but she became a full-time reseller, so she's able to source during the week. So sometimes we don't have to spend our whole weekends doing it. We have been, just because I enjoy getting out there and looking for stuff too. A lot of times, not mainly clothes when we do clothes, and we've done a lot of clothes. We kind of switched over to doing a lot of clothes.
But we have been
it's not my favorite.
Discussing not being. We were going to go from, if nobody's aware, we were going to go from hard goods all the way to clothing and do all clothings. But gosh, we love hard goods,
and they sell so well for us. We don't want to just give it up. We love doing the hard goods, so we're not gonna do just clothes. We're just gonna add clothes to our things. And
if we did all clothes, we wouldn't find cute little things like this.
We had no idea what this was when we looked at it. We found this at an estate sale, and someone at the estate sale told us it was some sort of like cigarette holder. And this, I guess the cigarettes go here, and you can take it out of the mule's buttocks there, and it's the funniest little thing. And we picked it up. We actually thought this was going to sell a lot quicker than it did. we've had it for a few months.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
But anyway, it sold.
I want to say we paid a couple bucks for it.
Oh yeah, it was like nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, and we actually that thing went for $55.99, and we picked it up for almost nothing at this estate sale. It was, I don't even know if it was the last day of that estate sale.
It was like a mom and pop's estate sale.
But
It was like some kids running it, and they were letting a lot of stuff go. We've sold a couple things from there already. Yeah. Some brass candle holders, a Tennessee Vols, little vintage purse. Like, so we've sold a few things from that one, and that's another one to go. So,
but anyways, we
sold some Barbie stuff in there.
What else do we sell here? While you pull that, or you tell me what to grab while I. We picked this up at this little garage estate sale. It's a paper plate holder. I think we paid up actually a little bit for this one.
We did pay up a little bit.
But Tara thought she wanted to keep it for herself, and then when she I don't know if every other reseller is like us. We have intentions to keep stuff ourselves, and then we go comp it, and it's like, okay, I don't know that I can't.
We went down on price on. I would have to look it up to see how much we let go. But I think I originally had it listed for 30 something, and we took 17 for it.
So that's almost half.
Yeah,
but we paid $4 or $5. But again, we didn't buy it to resell it. We bought it to keep originally, and then decided not to because the comps were pretty good on it, but it didn't sell for what we wanted. But anyway, we took an offer on it. But yeah, we didn't source this weekend. I don't know if anybody else had. This is Memorial Day weekend, so we didn't really source. We cleaned. We cleaned out a garage. We had so much inventory sitting in the garage in piles. I'm sure everybody else, resellers, have the same
death piles.
Same death piles that we have.
They're profit piles that aren't listed yet.
But yeah, so we spent literally all day Saturday and most of Sunday
busting our butts. We're hurting in ways that we should not be hurting.
Just cleaning out the garage, cleaning up. So we have a full furnished basement that doubles as our room / eBay.
It's eBay
and Poshmark. So
our
reseller room, right? We have 2 rooms down here. We have a golf cart garage where Tara takes all her pictures, and we got her a nice little table set up in there where she takes pictures. Then we have another room off to the side, which you probably saw in our first video, where most of our hard goods sit on racks, and then the rest is just a big open space where we have couch, love seat, and a screen on the wall to watch TV and stuff. But it's just been a catch-all for all of our piles that we can't get to, so we decided to do something about that. So that's what we've been working on this weekend. So
okay, next up is we have this vintage style table desk. It's a lamp with stained artwork. So I picked this up at an estate sale. It was the last day of the estate sale, and I was shocked. I believe I got this for $1. I would
something like that.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Right.
Works. Just a really cute little lamp. Yeah, this sold for $30. Again, I think we have $1 into it or something. Nice. But it's just a really cute table lamp.
Yeah, it
did have a crack in it too. Oh, I want to crack our things. It did have a crack in it, so I was actually shocked that we were going to get that for it, but we did. So I did not realize the crack. I don't know how many of y'all get home and then you're like, ah, dang, I didn't see that, and there's like a crack or a stain or something's missing, or like, I don't know how many times we've gotten something home and been like, but I'm like, I've got it now, so I'm gonna attempt to list it because.
And just be honest with them.
Yeah, just be honest.
Point out the flaws and be honest. Most of our stuff is sold with flaws, mostly.
Yeah, we've sold some stuff with flaws.
When we point them out. It's getting worse with the clothing too, because some of that stuff you pick up.
You look it over,
and then you don't see it till you put it under the lights to take the pictures, and then you really see it.
Yeah, and you're like, dang, didn't see that. Then you got to get the stain remover out and hopefully get the stains out. So it is what it is, but I'll let you talk about this one.
So speaking of things we didn't notice when we pick something up.
This was a big one we didn't notice.
This is it, I don't know.
And this was actually
what
earlier.
brand is it branded?
It's Bath and Body Works.
Oh, okay. So Bath and Body Works, and everybody, probably knows about Bath and Body Works, but yeah, so this is a 2-pack refill of this Wallflowers fragrance, and there's only one in there. So there was another one in it, but
yes, there was another one in it.
The top was broken and all the stuff had evaporated out. So basically, we didn't notice until we got that
order for it, and we
that's right. That's right. We actually got an order for it, and then we pulled the order and realized that there's one missing. We were able to take care of it.
Not missing, just it was empty.
Or I'm sorry, it was empty. And yeah, so that's when we discovered it. So we had to obviously cancel that order, which
we're paying for today.
We're definitely paying for, because we just dropped down to top rated from above.
No, we were top rated. We dropped to above.
We were top rated. Now we're above standards.
Yay.
So we're working our way back from that, because we've had a couple of other.
We're learning.
Not the same type thing, but a couple of inventory issues, or ones we didn't maybe delist from another platform. Yeah. So really watch for that, guys.
That's a huge lesson we've learned.
That's the big lesson learned, right? So we're working our way back from that, but still, sales have still picked up, and at this point in time, it doesn't seem like it's killing us too bad, but we definitely want to get that rated back and get our ribbon back on our site and back on our listings. But anyway, so we relisted this with
letting everybody
know there's only one, and it sold.
Finally sold.
It sold for $7.99. So not.
I had it higher when there was
huge money,
two.
right, but not huge money, but still we picked up.
We paid $1 for it. Okay, the next one that we have, the Birkenstocks, is some Birkenstocks that we paid a whole $1 for. We went to a garage sale. This was when we said we're gonna move from hard goods to clothes, and it was our first adventure out to look for clothes.
And we did not want to go to clothes.
We did not, guys.
We have been fighting it.
It felt right though. It felt like we should. It felt like, and at the time for me, it felt like we should do a full switch over from hard goods to clothes. I mean, we are obviously changing our views and our opinions on that. Ragnar is saying hello to everybody. We're changing our views on it, but it was kind of meant to be. I feel like I'm one of those people. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in everything happens for a reason.
So
First garage sale, we walked in and there was Roback, there was Travis Matthews, there was J. Jill, there was Lulu, there was Birkenstocks.
There was all these different great brands
with great sell-through rates.
And everything that sold well. There wasn't a lot there that didn't have great sell-through rates.
Right.
Like, most of it was great sell-through rates.
And it was super cheap.
And it was super cheap. And it was I guess a family garage sale. And they said they have one every year.
Yeah.
And they all get together, and we're talking, brand new tags on stuff, good selling items that sell for good money, good sell-through rates, and we picked it up so cheap. I mean, it was just, and we've had a couple of instances
these might be the cleanest Birkenstocks, used Birkenstocks I have.
We've had a couple of instances where we, like the garage sale, we picked up the jerseys from the girls' garage sale. We ran into some super clean basketball jerseys.
Out in the daylight, they even looked great.
And we picked up...
She told us they hung on a wall.
Right. Which some of them, I think, did, and some of them ended up having some sweat stains and things like that on them. But
I've gotten them out.
But we've gotten those out and cleaned, and we've already gotten our money back from that garage sale. And, she gave us a great deal on the jerseys, and we paid almost nothing for all the clothes that we picked up, too, there. So I think it's just meant to be for us to incorporate clothes into our store and not just do
hard goods.
And we hate it. It's a lot harder to do clothes. There's so much more to it.
Yeah.
Pictures have to be, you just have to pay, all the measurements and that sort of thing. And it takes longer until you get a system down.
Which I don't have a system down yet. I'm working on it.
We had to build a special picture table and all that kind of good stuff, so.
We had to come up with a new inventory system.
Yeah, so.
So our hard goods are not inventoried. They're just sit on shelves because everything is so unique and everything is so different that I can just walk over there and go, oh, there's that lamp. Oh, there's the donkey versus, oh my God, there's 10 pairs of Levi's.
Which now we have to get a numbering
Which one
system.
is it?
You have a numbering system with hard goods too, but
Numbers.
typically it's a bin on a shelf. This is, we're doing, the cardboard boxes with packages, 15 or 16 packages in a row. I mean, it's not hard. It's just time consuming to do. But anyway, what did these Birkenstocks sell for?
They sold for $59.99.
I mean, for $1 into $60, you can't beat that all day long.
And if we would not have switched to clothes, we wouldn't have even looked. We probably would have walked out of this garage sale empty-handed because the majority of what they had was clothes.
We didn't buy anything but clothes there.
Yeah. So. Okay. Next thing is, it is just a simple little sign.
This was probably free in one of our free boxes.
In that $30, it was a bunch of boxes.
Sale. Yeah.
So it's $30. We paid $30 for
another estate sale, and we paid $30 for the items that we knew we were picking up in these boxes, and they made you buy a whole box.
Yeah, you had. Yeah.
So you had to buy the item. If your item was in that box, you got to buy the whole box. That's how they were selling. They weren't splitting it. And so we just kind of went through everything in the box like any of us would. And so basically we got our money back on the items already that we were looking at in the boxes. And so everything else is just, free money. So,
right.
So we sold this little sign. I think it sold for $6.
$6. It says, I ask a simple question, the truth I only wish. Are all fishermen liars or only do liars fish?
But really, I mean, just a tiny little thin sign that's gonna go in a bubble mailer, wrapped up in the bubble mailer, and simple to ship.
Okay, the next thing I got is some silverware we picked up in a lot a long time ago. Well, not that long ago, but long ago. It is for spoons. They are Roger Brothers silver plated sterling spoons with little grapes on them, and those sold for a whole $7.99. I think we took an offer, or we had this.
I think we maybe had it promoted or discounted, just because we were trying to move a lot of our older hard goods, and we have a bunch of spoons, which we've made so much money on some of these. Speaking of making so much money, we hit a milestone this week.
Yeah, we did.
Which was awesome. We hit a $10,000 90-day mark, which is super great. We've been kind of, sweating a little bit since, Tara lost her job. It's always
iffy.
It's always iffy. It's scary.
It's still scary.
We know this works, and it's been working part-time, and we haven't, she was doing it part-time, and so we were doing it just on the weekends and the evenings. So it was a little scary to, see that other income end and have to go wholeheartedly and rely on eBay, basically. And so, but yeah, so this week, to hit a $10,000, just to show that in 90 days, that doesn't quite replace what she had, but that it gets us a lot closer, and it makes it a lot less scary, and gives us hope that we're doing the right thing. And if we just keep doing it's gonna pan out, right? So if any of you are on the fence and
don't quit your job for it.
I would never suggest anybody quit their job for it, but just know it is possible. You put the work in, and you're gonna get out of it what you put in it. So make sure that you're giving it all you got. If this is something that you're wanting to do full time, or even if you just like doing it part time and just want to maximize it, just put all your effort into it. It'll pay off. You just got to keep. You're gonna get through the bumps, and there's bumps and humps and all that kind of stuff. You're gonna have slow seasons.
Yeah.
You're gonna have slow times. You're not gonna sell something one day and then the next day you might sell 10. So just don't get.
The best advice I would say that we've gotten is don't look at what you're selling each day or how much you're making each day. Look at that 90-day total, and then you can divide that out, because it may look like, oh gosh, I haven't sold anything today, but then Sunday you sell 10 things, and you're typically on average four things a day, right? And it kind of just averages itself out. So, don't get scared, but definitely you have to stay consistent, listing consistently, putting the right items up. If you throw junk up, you're going to not get results.
So make sure when you're sourcing, you're not sourcing junk. Look up everything. Watch your sell-through rates.
Watch as many videos as you can.
Yeah,
and
there's so much information out there. We've learned so much from so many different people, and not everything's great out there, but there are some great ones out there with some great information, and you can take bits and pieces of different great people and put it together, and then add your own stuff to it. And
right, because what might sell for them might not sell for you, so
but you can take their ideas and maybe tweak it to fit what you're doing or what your goal is or what your business model is, and make it work for you. So that's helped us just kind of learning a lot from other people. You can look at stuff they pick up, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I think the biggest thing we've come to learn is you have to look at your sell-through rates. Like you don't just pick up something on a whim. I mean, it's
worked out hard not times.
to, and it's worked out a couple times for us. But then there's been some times it hasn't worked out, and we have some stuff we're still sitting on, that we're trying to purge out. We put our store on a 40% promotion for a while to try to just purge a lot of old stuff that we, it was a whim to pick up, and we decided to just try to get rid of it. So, so anyway.
Next we have 2 Poshmark sales. So if you're not cross-listing, and I don't recommend cross-listing for everybody, cross-listing actually has kind of hurt us, but it's also helped us. We've learned some stuff through cross-listing, because if you don't remove if you sell this shirt and I don't go and remove this from the other platforms that I did not sell it on, I'm going to get a ding on those other platforms. So back to now we're just above standard is because we were cross-listing and I didn't know that it would ding us. That is my bad this is my business and this is your business, and we should have done our research to know what can help and what can hurt us. But we're learning along the way, taking the bruises as we go. And hopefully it will help other people. So if you're cross-listing, make sure you are doing your due diligence to unlist the items and don't rely. We relied on a cross lister, which we no longer use, and we won't throw their name through the mud, but we relied on a cross lister that did not, it said it would delist, but it did not delist off another platform, and that is one of the ones that we got a ding on. And the others are like the Bath and Body Works. That's on us for not checking better when we listed in.
So we're learning. We're still learning. We hadn't been at this a year, and we definitely don't know
anything. We don't know anything.
So we're still learning. Look, we're still watching videos. We're still talking to people. We've met a few people at a couple of events, and we try to get advice from anybody that's out there doing it and is somewhat successful at it. We're trying to learn from. So definitely watch some of the more successful ones. And get some ideas. On things.
So
and learn all you can.
Learn all you can. Absorb every bit of information you can. If there's a reseller event in your area, go. There's one in Tennessee area.
East Tennessee in September.
The
Reseller. What is the name of the podcast? It's been the
Locker Room,
the Rocky Top Picker, but
the Locker Room something, and then Mike Metco.
Locker Room Reseller podcast, or I'm sorry, Ben, if you see this, I apologize.
We will get it right. I don't think Ben's gonna watch. We're new.
We're out in East Tennessee, so these guys are having one near us, and we're gonna go. We went to Nashville a few weeks back, which was great.
Went
Plains
to Profit,
Omaha back in March. March in South Dakota with
so good.
Grams and Pops and the Inked Picker and Resell to Ride, and
that one was good. It was intimate. You really got to know people. So, and we made relationships and connections. So I'm just saying, get to know people. You're not in this alone. you know, I used to think it was just him and I were going at it.
There's
My best friend does it, so you know, we were like,
lots of
oh, it's
people
just
out there,
us.
though.
But there's lots of people out there, and you can find a whole community.
So get to those events and network and just talk to people and learn whatever you can. But tell us about this.
So this is a Polo Ralph Lauren. It is a size medium. It has the little polo on there. And then I think on the chest it says Polo in white. And we can throw up a comp on it so you can see the actual
I think
picture.
this might have the hit. This one might just have the horse hit actually on it. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it just has the horse on it. But anyway, what would that sell for us?
That's
we're using my
sold
phone
for
there, so I don't have Posh markup.
$22. Yep, just the hit on it. But we will put a comp up so you can see what it looks like. The next thing that we sold was a Nike polo. It is a men's medium white polo shirt and
Dry fit, Nike dry fit, super clean. It's got like a gray stripe across the front.
We can put up a comp as well.
Yeah, we'll show it.
So that one we had 30 on, and then we took an offer of 25 on that one. So
not bad. It's within our
standards,
our margin. That's another thing that we've learned is you know, this is your business, so know what you want to make off of each item.
Yeah,
right?
know how much time you want to invest
in each item.
If it's,
you know, if you see an item that's got not going to make you what you want to make off of it, don't pick the item up. It's not worth it. Put that money towards something that will fit your business model. So
have a business model. Think about those types of things as you're going through this, because you know, clearly some of the stuff we've let go today did not fit our business model, but it's stuff that we've had and we need to let go of. And we don't want to be, you know, storage units either. So
we're letting stuff go. We're purging old stuff that we shouldn't have picked up that doesn't fit our business model. We've evolved, right? So everybody will evolve at some point.
If you want to evolve, and if you let yourself evolve.
You'll constantly evolve. I mean, look at.
Not everybody. There's people out there that will never evolve.
Well, then those are the people that probably
they will watch 100 YouTube videos but never change,
but never do anything about it. So if you're gonna do something.
Sorry, I'm totally negative right now.
But if you're no, I understand what you're saying though. But if you're gonna watch the videos and get out there and do the do. Like, right, you don't just watch it, put it into action. You can't just sit down and watch. It took us forever to get started. All we did was watch videos. But then finally we were like, well, if we're going to do this, we got to do this. So you can only watch so many videos. You can watch them, you can listen to them in the background while you're listing or whatever, or put on headphones while you're sourcing or something. But you need to get out there and act.
Yes, yeah, and I want to say, don't copy and paste what you see on videos. Just because you see somebody pick up what we just sold, don't go and pick up the same thing, because what if your donkey's tail is different than our donkey and it doesn't shoot cigarettes out the butt? It may not be a pickup. You know, or your Birkenstocks are a different style. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, don't just copy and paste what you see in videos. I know there's a couple that we watch, and she can sell the crap out of some purses, and let me tell you, I picked up some amazing purses. They're not selling for us.
Sold one for $1 on the
dollarauction.com.
So if you want to pick up some deals, you go there. But we took the chance. We knew
we were going to lose $1.
Yeah, and we were willing to risk it. You know, I mean, it needed some cleaning, so we weren't really worried about it anyway. But purses don't sell well for us, so you know, we were kind of just purging some stuff anyway. So it was like, well, you know, let's throw in a Coach purse and see what it goes for, and
it went for $1.
It went for $1, which, hey, great for the person who bought it, right?
Yeah, they
got themselves a steal. So hopefully they do something with it. We had the purse for
a
few months and never listed it, never
did
it. We didn't clean it up. It just sat there. So so anyway, so what's our last? I think it's our last
then
item.
We sold one item on Mercari. Yay, Mercari. But we
don't sell much on Mercari, but when we do, We do.
So we sold this GE refrigerator water filter. And we sold this for $28. And don't ask me where we picked this up, when we picked this
Probably
up.
Goodwill
how
for
we picked it
$1,
up.
honestly. Or no,
Somewhere.
you know what? This might have been that little thrift store over there in Crossville when I picked up that. Remember that little golf ball thing?
Okay,
This might have come from that little thrift store, but it wasn't more than $1 or $2.
Yeah,
But
'cause at the
we've had it a
beginning-
while, so again, it's another item we discounted, I think, and so.
Yeah.
But anyway, it sold for for $28.
$28. So not a bad pickup. So we actually just sold 3 other filters the other day. They were like these big boy filters.
Yeah, for like the home, not for like the big water filtration systems for your house that like filter the water coming into your house.
Yeah.
I think with the big tanks outside and all.
So filters
That-
actually do well, and
those sold
sponges
for-
do well for us, but not purses.
Yeah, well, we'll put that up in another video maybe.
We
Or
already sold
I don't know,
them.
we already sold them, so I
We
guess we
already
won't.
sold them.
So, but I think
They're
we sold
gone.
them for 200.
200
I think
something dollars.
$225.
Yeah.
But we paid up. We paid 20. I paid $25 for them, but I knew they
There was
would
3 of
sell
them.
sell well as a bundle,
Mm-hmm.
and they did, and we got almost 10 times our money
Yeah.
out of it. So we're definitely willing to pay up for things.
To get the
But,
right, turn around.
But what else? Tell us how you feel about being a full-time reseller. How does
gosh.
that? How does that feel? How does that feel from? And nobody else really knows the stress of her other job. She was a manager, and it was a really stressful. So how does it feel to that transition? What does that feel like?
Oh gosh.
Is it relief? Is it scary? Is it relief? Is it what feelings do you have?
It's a combination of them all, because we actually were talking about me possibly quitting, but we weren't ready, right? It wasn't our time. We didn't think it was our time, but God's plan has different plans for us. But it wasn't our time, but it ended up being. So I wasn't ready, but I'm a hustler. But you can hustle all your heart out if something doesn't work, then it doesn't work. So there's a part of me that is very scared still, because I have to replace this income, right? And so a part of me feels like if I don't do this, our lifestyle, things in our life will have to give and change, which is fine. I mean, we're adapters and we can adapt.
If we're worried about that stuff, it probably should anyway. Right? If we're worried about replacing income and having something change because you lose an income,
Right, yeah.
maybe there are some adjustments that need to be made that you just get too comfortable with. And I'm not talking about just our situation, but maybe others can learn from that as well, right? Like maybe there are adjustments need to be made.
Right.
So you're not as reliant on that, but.
And we're not reliant on my income. Let's be real. We're not we are. I don't know. He does all the finances.
We are a bit, not totally.
Yeah.
So,
I was making extra, the extras gave us the extras, and it helped us pay debt off. It helped us save. It helped us do other things that might not happen now, right?
Might be a little slower.
Yeah.
Until this grows larger.
Right. But so yes, I'm like a bag of mixed emotions. I first was not scared. I don't think it really quite sunk in for me at first, just because I was still dealing with a lot with my mom. And so didn't really sink in. But then all of a sudden, his back is killing him, guys. So then all of a sudden, here I am, this is my job now. This is what I'm going to be doing on a daily basis. And then I think afterwards, after everything kind of settled down and the dust kind of settled, I was like, oh crap. Yeah, this is now my job. And so I think I've overthought some stuff. The whole reason we're like, oh God, we got to transition to nothing but clothes. And so I think there was some muddled waters there. But again, I still think that us going
Muddled
into
or muddied?
muddled, muddy, muddled,
Muddled.
muddled in a big old puddle. I don't know, muddled, muddled, puddled, muddled.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but y'all get what I'm saying. They get what I'm throwing down. They get it.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. If you don't get it, drop it a comment. But if you get it, let me know, because I think there's people that are going to get it. They're going to speak my language.
I'm sure they do.
It's terrorisms.
I'm sure they speak your language.
It's terrorisms. Yeah, so just a lot of mixed emotions, but I'm feeling more hopeful now than maybe at the beginning. And I think that once I find, with hard goods, I had my flow and I found it to be easy, but then I threw that whole wrench of, let's do clothes, and Tara wears t-shirts and jeans and knows nothing about style, and let's go learn all the styles and what is what and what's in style. And so that has been a huge learning curve for me, but I love to learn. I love to be challenged. I love to challenge myself. So, it's definitely been a challenge, but I've learned a lot. And we were selling clothes, so.
Yeah, you have. And I've learned a lot from her learning a lot. So,
yeah.
I don't have all the time, in the world to listen to all the stuff that she gets to listen to now during the day while she's, listening and taking pictures. She gets the opportunity now to, watch something in the background, or really listen to something in the background, a video or something like that, or, meet with other resellers and that sort of stuff on Zoom calls and all that kind of good stuff. But just, I get to learn a lot from her. So,
And I'm willing to share all the knowledge I'm learning. Yeah. I guess my biggest fear is I feel like I learned something, but then I tell it wrong or something. And so that's always been my biggest thing is
someone will blame you for telling something wrong.
Yes, but then what if it's not wrong? And then so I want to share, but then I'm I get nervous about.
I'm sure
I
does with that.
don't want to hurt somebody else's, business or make somebody else lose money.
That's why you should never copy and paste and only take some ideas.
Yeah, just take ideas and learn. Don't not delist your stuff. Don't rely on something else to delist your stuff. Make sure you do it. Check your inventory. Check your items thoroughly before you post them, and make sure that you don't have an empty thing. Check your items. Make sure nothing's broke. Nothing. If it's a lamp, plug it in. Make sure it works. If you're not going to include the light bulb on the listing, make sure you add that to the listing, or don't. I would say add as many pictures. I don't care if you think it's too many pictures, add more pictures. eBay takes 24 pictures, load it up with 24 pictures. Count all your stuff. We have friends that sell look tools that you can point out all the flaws. So just make sure you are just doing your due diligence and not just taking everything a YouTuber says.
That's right.
At face value, grain of salt.
Take everything with a grain of salt.
Take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Assault?
Salt.
Assault.
Not assault.
Assault. I don't know.
A grain of salt.
A grain of salt.
But anyway, guys, we're just trying to put a little positive spin out there. This is definitely doable for people, whether you want to do it part-time, full-time, as a side hustle, whatever. It can work, but the main thing is just to get out there and actually do the work.
And don't outsource yourself, guys. Don't bring in $200 and then go source $200 and you're expecting to use that $200 to go eat, on the next day. Make sure that you are sourcing within your means and say, okay, if I've made $20 on an item, net profit, I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to pay myself, and I'm going to take the other and I'm going to put it back into the business.
Right.
I mean,
you make something out of your thing. Just put what you put into the item to source more. Don't just make sure you pay yourself.
Yeah.
Make sure you pay yourself.
Yeah. Don't outsource yourself. You don't end up with all this inventory and then you can't sell it fast enough to feed yourself if that's the route you're going.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, I guess that's all. Probably for this video. I think it's probably long enough. It's like a 40-minute video. So
well, after you slice them and take our...
After I slice and dice, if I slice and dice, maybe I'll leave it all in. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not very good at the editing thing yet. Still trying to trying to figure all that out
We'll get there.
too. But again, something we're just learning, right? And we've been reselling for months and months, and only recently started filming and getting used to even talking on camera or anything like that. So, but we have a lot of support, so we're trying to you know, put it out there and just help whoever we can. If anybody ever comes across a video or not, doesn't matter to us really. We're not doing this part for income, for sure.
No, it's just to help other people, because
But,
I think when we got into it, we saw a lot of people so successful and so had their shit together, and then it's, I don't know if we can say shit on
we just
eBay.
did, so.
So we might have to blur that. I don't
This
know.
is YouTube, not eBay. So
I mean
you're
YouTube. I don't know if we can do that on YouTube. Anyway, have their stuff together, and it was like, gosh, they're so good. But not realizing everybody has to start somewhere. So it's for us, it was like, we really want to put out a video from the. I wish we could have done it from our first.
Yeah, we've had.
day.
Yeah, if we would have from our first day, it would be so awesome.
Just so you could see it start up. But so now we're doing it from me full time, starting
right.
full time into it, to give hope to those who
may want to go full time
or need it
or not, or need it. Yeah, maybe you just need it as extra income.
Yeah.
It's definitely a viable thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
all right. Well, that's all the rambling probably for this video, guys. So just make sure you like and subscribe,
Please.
and follow us for more. We'll have lots more videos, hopefully over the next few months. Maybe we'll do some sourcing videos. We're planning a trip next month, hopefully, so maybe we'll get some sourcing videos out of that, and so you can see kind of what we pick up in the moment. Maybe we'll do some more what solds between now and then, and who knows, but
We're trying to figure it all out as we go.
We'll figure it all out. So anyway, all right,
Bye.
bye.